Jetty.
Zach, we're back.
Little mid season hiatus we took there. We needed to, clear our heads and you know, I don't know, deal with things, I guess. But we're here. That's all
Do
that
a lot,
matters. We're back.
yeah. Life things happen and it
Yeah,
delays things, but we're back.
we're back. We did not abandon this podcast. This is our baby. We birthed
We
this
don't want to.
hog.
We didn't want to. We didn't want to disappoint any hogaholics out there.
It's true. We do have
Um,
at least three.
yeah.
So cool. Yeah, we're back. And this is on all of the platforms, right? YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, maybe Google Podcast. I don't know. That platform kind of sucks. So,
Nah.
like, subscribe, write comments. We want to hear from you. Email us,
Mm-hmm.
scratchthehog@gmail.com. And yeah, we're kicking it back, picking up the rest of, I guess we'll call it a season. I don't know. Maybe it'll be 10 episodes. Maybe it'll be 8 episodes. And then we'll reevaluate and see what goes from there.
Yeah, it's a British season, which is like 6 episodes.
Oh, should we do
Yeah.
our best British accents on here? My British accent's so bad.
Yeah,
Juddy.
yeah. My
Juddy.
Zach.
Oh, Juddy. Would you like some? What do they eat for breakfast? Beans? They just eat beans there. What do they call it?
Pudding,
Put.
pudding.
You sound
A
like
full
Forrest Gump.
English,
You just sound like
a
Forrest
full
Gump. That's
English.
terrible.
Yeah, see, I can't. I can't. No, it's
Full English
yeah,
breakfast. All right. Let's stop before that. We get in some sort of trouble for that. Um,
yeah.
so what do we? Well, we don't really have too much sort of planned or scripted. But
Do
one
we
thing.
ever?
That's true. One thing that we left off with in the last episode, you were about to go to Florida, and you mentioned you had a couple things you wanted to talk about.
Yes. So Florida was great. Weather was fantastic. A nice solid 80 degrees throughout the whole week. So it was wonderful. Stayed with our in-laws and, ate out like every night. Went to a couple breweries, got a new tattoo. So it was a great time.
Mm.
Great time.
Your
Um,
tattoo, by the way.
the what?
I really like your tattoo, by the way.
Oh, thanks. For everyone listening, it is a tattoo of a crane, a Japanese crane, which I named him Niles. So it's Niles Crane.
Oh, that's funny.
Uh, for, for any Frasier fans out there.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay, good. um, so yeah, Florida was great. Like I said, food was good, but there are a few different events that I want to talk about. So the first one is the Green Market. So the Green Market was voted best farmers market like in the country for I don't
Hmm.
know how many years now, and it's on every Saturday in West Palm Beach from October to April because they can't have it in the summer because it just gets too dang hot down there.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even bother. Um, so every time we go down to Florida, we go to the Green Market, and it's one of the best farmers markets I've ever been to. It's they have so much like tropical fruit, fresh food, vegetables, all these different all these different vendors like food, arepa, like food, duh,
Mm-hmm.
arepas.
Mm.
There's this one cart that we go to, and it's like fresh ceviche, and it's the best ceviche I've ever had in my life. It's like insane how good it is. Super tangy. The fish is like big, like chunks of fish, onion, cilantro, like the whole bit.
Mm.
It's so good. Absolutely like the best ceviche I've ever had. Um, they have like a bunch of bakery booths, a cheese booth, like so many different things. But the ones that really stand out to me the most that I like to go to every year is the ceviche booth. There's a booth where people are cutting up like fresh coconut and pouring
Oh,
out the juice, like fresh young coconut, cutting it open, pouring out the juice, and then scooping out the flesh. And then they give you the flesh in a little baggie, and then they give you a cup with the juice. It's amazing. It's like so good, so fresh. Doesn't taste like anything that you would get in the grocery store. Like it's
okay.
unbelievable. It's
So it's
wild.
not like that shitty coconut flavor that people think tastes like coconut. It's completely different.
Completely different. Yeah.
Okay.
It's so so good. Um what else? There's this tea, like dry tea and spice vendor. It's called Monday Spice. Um, and we always get a handful of stuff every time we're there, which is fantastic. They have these avocados down there, which are about like this big. They're about
Hmm.
4 or 5 avocados, combined into one. I guess it's just a Florida avocado.
Oh, interesting.
Um, yeah, wild. Like they're so big, and so so good. Uh,
Sounds great. Did you buy
yeah.
some and mix like guac with it, or do something with them?
No, we didn't because like they were all like super hard, and we
Oh,
were leaving on Monday morning.
gotcha, gotcha.
So like there wasn't gonna be time for them to
You
ripen
didn't want
up.
to
So
like smuggle some avocados in your pants through the airport. You didn't want to be
or just
that
like
person.
when you used to put like an orange in your sleeve, and you go like this,
Yeah,
make it look
yeah.
like you have a big bicep. Yeah,
Sir, what do you have in your pockets there? Are those avocados?
those avocados are you just happy to see me? It's like, sir, you should go to the doctor.
So you
Get
said
that
this
looked
is
at.
you said this is October to April or May. Is that what you said?
October to April.
Oh wow, nice. So you just
Yeah.
caught. Well, I guess you caught. Yeah, I guess you kind of caught towards the end of it, right? You were there in the mid
Yeah.
March.
Hmm.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, like I can go on and on about the green market, but I don't want to make this whole episode about that.
It's fine. It's
So
okay.
yeah, if you're ever in West Palm Beach between October and April, definitely go check out the green market. It's awesome.
Nice.
So that was one thing. The second thing is what Mandy and I like to call the United Nations dinner. So, and it's not what you think of when you think of like United Nations. Like we're not like in the you know where the leaders from all these countries meet and all this other stuff. Um,
Okay.
so the United Nations dinner. So Mandy's parents live in a 50 and older retirement plan,
Hmm.
and so it's they live in this like nice little house. Right next door is Mandy's mom's aunt and uncle live right next door to
Oh,
them,
okay.
and on the other side, their neighbors are this couple. They're like 80 years old, and they recently just got married.
Oh, how
And
lovely.
yeah, it's like a beautiful story. And the guy that lives there, his name is Andrea, and he's from Sicily. And his wife, I did not catch her name,
Okay.
but she was a lovely woman. There was a lot of people there. I didn't catch her name.
Hmm.
Mandy knows her name, and she'll probably listen to this and be like, "I told you her name was this," and I was like, oh, "I forgot." So anyway, I believe it was a Thursday that we were down there. Andrea and his wife were going to throw a dinner party, and the reason why it's called a United Nations dinner is because like basically everyone that goes there is from like a different country. Like,
And they're all
uh,
friends of theirs that
yeah, they're
live
all
in this
friends.
community, and they all live in
Hmm.
this over 60 community, over 50
Yeah,
community. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. And like one woman was from Russia, one woman was from Croatia, and like so that's why we called it like the United Nations dinner.
Hmm.
So we go to Andrea's house, and then as soon as we walk in, there's like chafing dishes like 10 chafing dishes of food that he made himself, which was like chicken parm, but it was like chicken eggplant parm. It had a layer of eggplant and then a layer of chicken and then mozzarella cheese and sauce.
Okay.
It was yeah, it was unusual, but it was really good.
Mm.
Seafood risotto, fresh seafood
Wow.
salad, sausage. He made like homemade zeppelis. Like his
Oh
whole
wow.
like kitchen and dining room was just filled with food. Like so much food.
Uh-huh.
And it was all really really good. Like this guy, he's like this guy can cook. And he because he used to own a restaurant and he used to like work in a restaurant and own a restaurant. So
Okay.
he knows this stuff. It's fantastic. And so, we just, sit at a table in his living room. He cleared out everything in his living room, and there was like one long table from his living room into his dining room. So it was like a big communal thing.
How many people are
And
here?
oh, I want to say
Like
like 20,
20. Oh wow, nice.
like 20 to 30 maybe. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a
and he
lot.
does
A
this
lot of
like
people, a lot of
they
people.
do this once a year,
I don't know how often they do it.
or he might just be
Man,
doing this all the time.
like that's what I'm thinking. Cuz I mean, honestly, if you're retired and you have this money, I
Hmm.
would do the same thing. I would just invite people over.
Yeah,
Excuse me, I'm really burpy today. I would just invite
that's
a bunch of
okay.
people over and cook them food. Like, absolutely. It'd be amazing. So anyway, so we eat. Food was really good. Then after we're done eating, they clear the table from the living room and he pulls out this like karaoke machine, but it's like a semi-professional karaoke machine. It's crazy. Like in his living room. It was
Really?
wild. Yeah. So he pulls out this karaoke machine and all of the old Italian guys that were there started singing Italian songs. And
Oh,
people were
I'm
like dancing, singing, like he made like coffee out of his mocha pot and just like sat on the table and they had like all these desserts and it was just like it was fantastic. It was probably one of the best things I've
that
ever
just
been
sounds like
to.
such a wonderful experience.
It really was. It really was. Um, just
That's
seeing
awesome.
all these people, you know, they're older, they're in their, 60s, 70s, and 80s, just having a good fucking time.
That's amazing.
And
That's
like,
nice.
yeah, and like that's how I want to be when I get older. I want to party all
Hmm.
the time with people I know. I want to hang out and, cook for people and
Yeah.
like do all this other shit. Um, but yeah, it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Um, yeah, so much singing, so much dancing, so much food. They had like a professional. Um, I guess he was a professional opera singer that he's
Of
got
course he
up.
was.
Everyone kept like, yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, come on, sing a song," and he was just like, ah. And so he finally gave in. He sang a song, and whew, dude, it like blew me away how good he was. Like I felt it in my soul.
Wow. I mean, that's
Yeah.
worth the trip right there, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, knocking my
Ooh,
mic over. That's worth the trip right there.
it was. Yeah, probably one of the best experiences I've ever had. And it's like
That's
because
amazing.
you're just sitting there thinking like, this is life. This is like what it's about. Just
Yeah.
having a
Yeah.
good time, being around people you love, eating good food.
I mean, what a beautiful little moment, you know. It's I mean that's everything. That's why we love food, right? Because it's not just
Hmm.
food. Like food has this unique ability. It's communal, it's conversation, it's
Hmm.
connecting. Like we both studied art, sort of different facets of art, but the things that we produce there are not food. It doesn't do
Yeah.
what food does. It doesn't hit every sense, right?
Hmm.
Like we go into museums and we stand in front of paintings and sculptures and we go, yeah, oh, very interesting. Oh, how intellectual. Oh, okay, I'm thinking about something, but I'm not. It's not moving me to my core. I'm not tasting it. If I am, they're going
Hmm.
to kick me out, right? Like we can't talk too loud because we get shushed, right?
Hmm.
And
Yep.
nobody's singing opera karaoke I love opera karaoke. Never been to it, but I know I'd love it.
You would have
So
loved it.
yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
The one part of the night that was like a real like tearjerker is that Andrea like pulled out a chair in the middle of the living room and sat his wife down, and he kept telling everyone, he's like, I'm gonna see if I could do this. I'm gonna see if I could do this. And so he started singing like Elvis Presley's shit. What is that song? Um his like slow jam. Fuck, what was it
Mm,
called? I forget. Um
hmm.
anyway, yeah, it was like,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
you know what I'm talking about? Okay,
Yeah,
so
I do know what I'll find it while um, keep talking.
so he started singing this to her because, you know, they just got married, and you know he does, his English isn't that great, so the reason he was saying was, I think I could do it is because like trying to read the lyric, like sing the lyrics to this American song that he doesn't know. And you know, just like in his wife in his room, like it was like really sweet. And then he finished the whole song. He nailed it, got through it
Was it
flawlessly. And
was it Love Me Tender, or
no, it was
was it the one with what is it, something eyes, something curious, Suspicious
uh
Minds? Was it Suspicious Minds?
oh, it's I Can't Help Falling in Love with You.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Falling in Love
You,
song. Yeah,
you should have remembered that one.
I know I should have. I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, it was really sweet. It was a real tearjerker at the end there.
So everybody stayed to the end too.
Oh, we left early. Yeah.
So all the old people stayed to the end.
Yes, the two youngest people there left early. I don't know
That's funny.
why. I think we were getting up early for something. Uh,
Mm,
but yeah, everyone was still going, and we were like, "Man, we're going to bed. See ya."
nice. That sounds awesome. That sounds like it was. You'll always remember that.
Oh, I definitely will,
That's
for
cool.
sure.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Um, well, not to pivot, but you cook anything good lately?
Yeah. So, today we had beans. That's why I'm
Oh, I
wearing
made some beans too.
good old Bean Daddy hat.
Yeah, the
So
bean
we
daddy.
made. So yeah, we had beans today, and it was mixed with shallots, olive oil, parsley, not parsley, sorry, rosemary, thyme, and some ramp leaves, and
'Tis the
cook
season.
those down. Tis the season. So cook
Yeah.
those down till they were like nice and creamy and sloppy, and you know, roasted up some fennel, carrots, and red onion. Put
Did
that
you
on
put any
top of the
liquid in that? Just
beans.
like water or stock or
Oh, I'm
anything
sorry,
over the
chicken
beans?
stock. Yeah, yeah,
Chicken
not
stock.
just dried beans in a pot. Yeah, no, yeah,
Got it.
sorry, I put chicken stock in there.
That's fine. Got it.
Um, and yeah, and then toasted up a nice piece of crusty bread and went to town on that bad boy.
I, per your recommendation, went full hog. So I did there on the Rancho Gordo site, and I got myself a bunch of beans, and I made a really nice uh, bean dish. Oh, I don't know, maybe a week and a half ago, week ago. It's really good.
But
I
you
I
sent me
think
a
they're
picture, I
the.
believe.
I did send you a picture. I think it was the what beans did I say it was, the Marcella beans or something.
Maybe I felt like you got like 100 pounds of beans, and I don't remember
It
like.
wasn't that. No, it was maybe like 20. Not even. No, it was like 15.
So that's a
I
lot
got
of
15
beans.
different sets of beans. Well, some I never even used before, and they got me really excited. Um, but I did, yeah, I had sausage. It was like Italian sausage and white beans, thyme, rosemary, um, all the sort of, normal aromatics, onion, um,
Hmm.
chicken stock, and
Hmm.
what else? Trying to think if there's anything else noteworthy and notable. But I just probably I think I put some Calabrian chili paste in there just to get a little bit of oomph when I
Hell
was
yeah.
cooking some other stuff. But man, it was good. It was really good. Those are good beans. I'm excited to explore some other beans. Did I? Oh, shoot! Sort of hard pivot away from the beans. Did I show you those little mini desserts I was making with my brother? Little
Yeah.
s'more, little s'more tarts. Let me see if I can show this in my camera. I don't know if it'll
I
actually show
loved
up.
it. I like they looked so good.
Yeah, so we made the marshmallow, we
Mm.
made the chocolate ganache. I have a cross section. This was actually even before they fully set up, but it worked out pretty well. Look at that.
Mm. Mm.
So we're doing
Mm-mm.
an event later this year, catering an event later this year, and we're working on some recipes and some desserts. And we like want it to be a little bit more elevated, but stuff that isn't really approachable still. And everybody loves s'mores. So I was able to
Mm-hmm.
find the mini graham shells from like a nice food supplier, and I can get like 100 of them because we have to make a lot of them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I was able to get like a box of 100 at like a
Wow.
reasonable cost, per item. And then I actually used Claire Saffit's um, s'more tart pie recipe out of her What's for Dessert cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
So it's her chocolate ganache and her marshmallow recipe, and we just piped the marshmallow on the tarts, and they were really quite good actually. Yeah, we're gonna
I mean,
experiment
they
with the
looked fantastic.
yeah, we're gonna experiment a little bit with the marshmallows, whether we pipe them on there or we pipe them on like a silpat and then kind of roll them in confection sugar and then maybe set them on. I'm not sure
Mm.
what the best way is going to be to kind of like place the marshmallow on top, but pretty successful. Um, and really, honestly, it's a pretty easy recipe for, I would say, people sort of getting into baking. People hear things like ganache and they go, "Oh, what's ganache?" It's not super difficult, and even making the marshmallows pretty easy. Just need to get some dry
Mm-hmm.
gelatin. Most of the stuff you'll have in your pantry, or you can get everything you need. Um, in one aisle at the grocery store. So,
Yeah.
have you ever made marshmallow?
Yes. I love it.
It's so much. It's good. It's so good.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, and you could flavor
Um.
them to be whatever.
Oh
Like you can
yeah.
get all sorts of like different flavorings and make your own different flavors and color them whatever color. It's like kind of a fun thing.
So Mandy and I made because we were on this kick like years ago about making marshmallows. Like we made marshmallows and actually like gave them out for Christmas, like as like little gifts to
Like
like other
peppermint
people.
flavored marshmallows or something.
Yeah, peppermint, chocolate, like that type of thing. Um, we did make one marshmallow that was like insanely good. So we took, um, yeah, we had like the marshmallow fluff stuff, and then we mixed in like blueberries, and then dipped them in maple sugar. So it was almost like a blueberry pancake type thing.
So you made your marshmallow meringue, for lack of a better word, and you put blueberries in the marshmallow,
Mm-hmm.
and then you dip
Or
them
it might have been,
in. And what did you dip it
sorry,
in?
maple sugar.
Oh, nice. Maple sugar is
Yeah.
good.
I'm gonna try to find a picture of it because they were insanely good.
Maybe we should post it on
Um,
the Instagram.
I think it was on there. Like,
Maybe
but
we
it
should
like
post both of
it
our
was.
things on the Instagram so the listeners can hear it.
I think. Oh,
Maybe
found it.
maybe we should use our Instagram.
I think we should. I don't think we've posted. We posted like two things on
You're
there.
you took a photo of me eating a pizza that you threatened to put on there. A bad
Oh
pizza.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Did
Which
we
we
talk
at
about that event?
no, we
We didn't
should.
even talk about that event.
Yeah. All right,
We
here.
should
Let me
talk a
show you
little bit
these
about the stuff
marshmallows,
we
and
do
then we'll
in.
talk. And then we'll
Yeah.
talk about that. So here are the
Okay.
marshmallows.
Oh shit. I mean, those are. That's actually that was that was that made me feel things that was that was pretty.
Do you need a moment?
No, I was just like that was a really lovely photo. Like, it was just like really
Thank
nice
you.
food and food art.
If I can style food and take pictures of it for a living, I definitely would.
I mean, that's a serious business, dude.
It is.
No
It really
joke.
is.
I
Yeah.
worked. I'll usually I wouldn't say something negative about somebody here, but I don't care because these people are horrible. So when I worked for that confection company in New Orleans,
Hmm.
I was like a catch-all designer, doing all the design stuff, and I had to work with a food photographer, and he made a ton of money, and he was a complete and utter, and he would refuse to style anything. All he did was take photos, and he was a complete asshole.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I won't say his name, but he knows who he is. He's listening. He's not listening, but
He's not. He's
somebody
not
that knows
listening.
him is listening, and he was a
But he
dickhead.
should. He should. He should listen, just
He
so
was
he could
just
hear
like
that.
he was so crappy to me. And here's
Yeah.
the other thing. Here's what really pissed me off. He was related to the chef, so
Hmm.
he got this job through pure nepotism. But I would have to transport all of these insanely delicate, beautiful pastries in my car across New Orleans in the summertime to his
Hmm.
non-air conditioned studio where these things are just degrading. You know what I mean? Instead of
Hmm.
coming and setting up, and one thing could be made and styled, one thing could be made and styled, one thing could be made. I had to pack all this shit up, put it in my 1999 Toyota Camry luxury vehicle, and take it, and then get yelled at because everything's sweating. You know what I mean? It was such bullshit.
I mean, like, yeah, I think that's what you should do as a photographer. You go and you go
Not,
there, you go
not
to
this
the
guy.
restaurant. And, oh,
Not
that's
this
annoying.
guy.
That's unfortunate.
So it was sweet. Yeah. Anyway, don't have to be there anymore. But yeah, you should be. You're really good at it.
We'll
I think
see.
there's a
We'll see
need. There's a lot
what
of
happens.
people that are starting restaurants all the time that just don't have a budget for that sort of thing, and photos could go a
Hmm.
long way.
They really can.
I think you should
Yeah.
you should put yourself out there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see what happens in the future. But
All right, we'll talk about it.
marshmallows, yes. So tell
Back to
me,
marshmallows.
actually, no, tell me more about this catering gig you have coming up. Like, what's that all
So,
about?
well, I mean, we cook. My brother and I cook. Like we cook a lot, and we think about food a lot, much like you do, you and I do. And my family, like my grandpa and his brothers, were in the food business. My uncle Joe, my great uncle Joe, was a caterer in Virginia. My grandfather was a caterer, and he owned a restaurant here in town. His brother was a caterer. Like, it's just like a thing. We grew up around food and catering in a way. Um, so it's kind of a need for, um, I would say, pretty nice food, but also I think we just find a lot of joy in the process and taking on and thinking through the logistics and delivering something that's nice for somebody. So um, last year, Jess and I, who my wife doesn't like cooking at all, we did an event for a friend for like a celebration of life for her mother, because she was kind of in a tight spot because no caterers were calling her back to do this thing. So I was pretty confident we could maybe pull it off, and like we did. It worked out really well. I think the food was really good, and it was like a real pleasure to be able to be a part of something like that, and help
Mm-hmm.
out, really close friends of ours. Um, like really lovely, beautiful day. So doing that was like, it was really just Jess and I, and we did, I don't know, 10 or 15 heavy hors d'oeuvres, for like 40 or 50 people or something. And we way
Wow.
overdid it, like way over,
Mm-hmm.
too much food. And then we do some things here and there, uh, you know, for families. We're doing something this Sunday. My half brother um, got his Eagle Scout, so he's a Boy Scout. He got the
Nice.
highest level you can achieve, which is a big deal.
Good
And
for
they're
him.
having
That's
a
awesome.
yeah, they're having a ceremony on Sunday. So my brother and I are gonna do the food for that. And the we live down the street from our public library, and they're doing a really big renovation on this old building. And there's a couple events that they're going to have this summer, and they're going to be fun events. One's like the donor event for everybody that donated, so it could be like a really cool upscale thing, and we can really deliver something that people haven't had here, which would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one's going to be a garden party later, which is like a really cool vibey thing. So we
Nice.
said we would do them just at cost, just to,
Mm-hmm.
literally just at cost. We'll donate our time and, um, all the effort and everything to get it. Um, but I don't know if it's like a side business or something that we really sort of pick and choose. And, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to turn into. It's just, if it scratches an itch for us to do some stuff like this and just like truly bring joy to people when they're eating stuff. So, I mean, catering's a
Would you?
completely different animal too.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, would you say that it's gonna scratch that hog itch?
It's going to scratch that itchy hog.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. As I fucked it up. I
No,
fucked it
you're
up.
good.
I couldn't
Um,
help myself.
no, that was good.
Uh,
But yeah,
that's
it's
awesome
just
though.
like one of those things. And the thing too is like every situation you go in is completely different, right? So, is there a kitchen? Is there not a kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Are we prepping at like a commissary space, or you have to design a menu. This is actually what I think is so much fun, because you have to solve the problem. So you have to understand, like, where's the event? What time of the day is the event? Is it outside? Is it inside? Is there
Mm-hmm.
cold storage? Is there hot? Is there cooking available? And you really have to design a menu around all of those constraints. So it's a fun little problem to figure out. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to like figure out, and there's always a budget, right? So
Right.
that's it's a fun puzzle to sort of sort out. So yeah, I think we probably um, will be doing a little bit more of it in the future. Um, I think especially after these library events, I think we could. There's going to be a lot of people there, and presumably, if we don't give anybody diarrhea, it'll turn out well.
I would, yeah. If no one gets violently ill off your food, I would consider that a success.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nobody shits himself. Perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Mild upset stomach. All right, we'll go. We'll
Not
go
even a
with that.
joke though.
But
Like
yeah,
I do take food service like super serious, and uh yeah, I'll actually even get certified, like proper food handling certified for these
yeah.
things. So yeah, you can do it online. Just take the
Hmm.
courses and make sure you know what the hell you're doing. There's
Yeah.
just like some big no nos, um, and honestly, you'd be surprised what places do that they shouldn't do,
Really.
like
Hmm.
thawing and refreezing stuff, and it's a mess.
Right.
But um,
Now, is it just like
yeah,
common sense practices mostly, or is it
it's mostly
common sense stuff and then like stuff that's Was there things that you were even like, oh, I didn't know about that, like that you should do this that way, like that type of thing?
I mean, I don't know. Not. Uh, it probably depends. Like I even in my own house, like so I'm sometimes I put on like nitrile gloves, so I don't
Hmm.
have if I'm like handling lots of meat and stuff. So I just don't have to keep like stopping and washing my hand. Just I'll
Yeah.
use plastic, like thin plastic cutting boards to put over cutting boards. Like I'm kind of a maniac about that sort of stuff now. I don't let food
Hmm.
sit out. It has to cool down um, immediately, like quick. There's like the danger zone temperatures
Hmm.
where bacteria and stuff can really breed and take off. I also eat cold things, like so I don't want there to be sketchy if I'm not reheating stuff to a hot
Hmm.
temperature over time. So
Right.
yeah, yeah. It's good to know. It's like
Oh yeah.
confidence.
Right.
Um, so I don't know. Hey,
That's
so you
great.
mentioned ramps, though. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll
Yeah.
keep you
Really.
posted. You can come up
Yeah.
and do it with us.
Uh. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm serious.
All right. I'm. Yeah. I'm down.
Okay,
Let's do
we
it.
got a room. We
Sign
got
me up.
room here. Um, but you mentioned ramps.
Awesome.
It's ramp season. I love ramps.
Uh. It is ramp season.
Did you go?
Um.
Did you go scavenging, foraging?
So we went on a hike last weekend, but we went on a hike on a trail where we knew there were ramps. It's not our usual spot, um,
Hmm.
mainly because we wanted to just get a handful of them for Easter dinner.
Hmm.
So we just took. We didn't like dig up the bulbs. We just took the leaves off.
Yeah, it's a hot.
And
That's a
just
hot topic. You dig up those bulbs, somebody's gonna come after you. They're gonna come after you in the
oh,
comments.
uh, yeah, yeah. I know it's a whole thing. We can get into that if we want to. Yeah, 'cause I feel like we can make a whole show, a whole episode about
We should.
ramps. Yeah.
It's evergreen. I have a video about ramps, and every year at this time, I get a shitload of views on it. When I say
Yeah.
shitload, last year I got 2,000 views on that video,
Nice.
and it
That's
was a
pretty
year. That was
solid.
1 year after I made it, and then this year I'm starting to see the uptick. There was like 100 views last week, so
Mm,
people
yeah.
Google ramp butter at this time of the year.
Yep.
If you search ramp butter in YouTube, I am either one, two, or three for that video. It's a pretty
That's
big deal.
awesome. That's pretty.
Anyway, what
That's
did
a
you
big
make with
feat. Yeah.
what did you what did you make with ramps for Easter?
You like ramped up. You like ramped up to the top there.
Got
Uh,
the dad jokes today. The
I
bean
know.
dad
I can't
jokes.
help myself. I know my bean dad joke. Um. Okay. So yeah, what I make for Easter. So what you're
Yeah,
saying?
with ramps.
So Mandy and I didn't do anything on Easter. We just wanted to be by ourselves at home and just chill.
Yeah,
Um,
Jess and I did the same
so
thing.
yeah, which it was great. I mean, I love hanging out with family, but we just needed a day. We both had really crazy weeks at work, so we just needed like a day just to sit home and do nothing. Um, so I told Mandy I didn't want to do ham this year. I wanted to do something different. So
Hmm.
she bought a lamb leg and
Mm.
that still had the bone in it. So I deboned it, kind of like butterflied it, and I was gonna roll it with herbs and different things like a porchetta style. So I made a gremolata, which is like for people who don't know what gremolata is. It's a like a Italian style garnish, um, like parsley, lemon, garlic, olive oil. But for ours, we did parsley, rosemary, ramps,
It's
chopped
like
up ramp
Italian
leaves.
chimichurri,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
kind of like that, like an oily, herby thing.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. So we did parsley, rosemary, ramps, lemon zest, garlic, olive oil. Made that into like a paste. Rubbed it all throughout the inside of the lamb, and then just rolled it up. Threw it out on the grill for about an hour or so,
The
and
charcoal
ate
grill.
that with some charcoal grill. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I did a reverse sear on it at like 400, then seared it off until it was like nice and medium rare, about like 125 to 130. And then we roasted up fennel, carrots, red onion, and then we served that with a uh, like a yogurty, herby type sauce. Basically,
Nice.
the leftover gremolata mixed in with some Greek yogurt and some olive oil.
Nice. So like Italian tzatziki.
Basically,
Mm.
yeah. So that was dinner, and I
That sounds
completely
great.
forgot about I completely forgot about breakfast. So for breakfast,
Oh, you had breakfast. You had Easter breakfast.
dude, we were in the kitchen like most of the day, just like
Oh,
making
I'm
food for
jealous.
both of
I'm
us.
jealous.
So for breakfast, we made a it's called pizza rustica. It's a Italian dish where you take, and there's like different variations on this. I've seen recipes with pizza dough, recipes with like a short crust dough, but we made a pizza dough. And basically what it is, it's a pizza dough shell filled with eggs, cured meats, like different cheeses. you know then you put the pizza crust shell on and then bake it in the oven for about an hour or so, and then it's just like a loaf of cheesy, meaty goodness.
So shell on top and bottom. You sent me a photo of that, and I
hmm
thought when I saw it come through, I was like, "Oh, you made a frittata." But then I was like, "Oh, there's dough on top and bottom," and it kind of
Yeah, it
reminded
was
me of a
encrusted.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd never seen that before. It was good.
It was, dude. I mean,
Was
it
that?
was
It was
just
that.
like a pizza shell stuffed with meat and cheese. That's all it was. It
That's
was
fair.
great.
That's fair.
It was
Um,
fantastic.
I might have to try that. You know what my favorite, the absolute best thing that I've eaten and have made for breakfast, and I think about it all the time, is a Spanish tortilla.
I love those.
So like onion, potato, and egg. It's all it fucking is. But my God, it's so good. It's so good. So good.
The best dishes like have the least amount of ingredients in them.
Dude, and there's something about like egg, potato, and onion. I'm gonna have to make one, I think. I'm so busy this
hmm
weekend. I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna have to make one though, because they're so good. I want to try it. Um, I want to try like different potato cutting techniques. I've cut them in like wedges, and I've cut them thin. I don't know what works best. I gotta think through that. But yeah. Anyway, Easter. Yeah, Easter. I don't know. I Jess really wanted a ham, so I made a ham, which I don't get that jazzed about, to be honest. I did glaze it with like a Dijon maple. I don't know, something stupid. It worked.
Ooh,
Whatever, brown sugar Dijon
ooh,
maple kind of thing. Um,
ooh.
what else? I made a coleslaw. I made a nice coleslaw with like
Mm,
a za'atar. It was actually like a
mm,
uh, za'atar dressing for the coleslaw.
mm.
So I just like trying to do something a little bit different with that, and
Nice.
pickled some red onions and made some pickles for ham sandwiches throughout the week. Yeah,
Mm,
sort of simple.
mm. That sounds. Oh, I love a good ham sandwich,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's got to be
I don't know. I
like
get so tired
it's
of
got.
ham though. Like day
Yeah.
two, and I'm like, I'm over the ham. Yeah, I really am. Oh God, I'm getting caught up in my chair here. Oh Jesus. Um,
Over the
yeah,
ham.
I'm struggling. Yeah, it just doesn't. It's good for like I don't know, once or twice a year, but I have so much
Like, do
leftover
you
ham,
ever?
and I'm like, I have no idea what to do. I'm actually probably gonna do a ham and bean dish. I think I'm gonna have to do something with beans and ham because I have so much extra ham.
You have like 30 pounds of beans. You might as well just.
You
You got
said
to eat them
20, and
up.
now it's 30. So every
Dude,
time
I don't. Well, you said it was 20, then 15. Do you know how many beans you got?
it wasn't that many. I was trying to keep up with you. I
Dude,
had bean. I had bean
dude.
FOMO.
I only ordered 2 pounds of beans at the time.
That's not even
You
worth the
showed me up
shipping
with
cost.
50.
What are you talking about? They last forever. They're
Like
dry.
I didn't want to order all these beans and be like, oh, these beans are terrible, even though I knew they weren't going to be terrible. But
Oh, I just tried. Like they were like, I didn't just get beans. I got some lentils, which I was pretty excited about. And yeah, honestly, it was like if I didn't ever saw the bean before, I was like, I need to try this. I need to do something with this
mhm.
bean because I just don't know what it's going to taste like. Um, and I've been trying to like find other types of bean recipes that aren't just the same ones. So more to come. I thought you were sitting on a stockpile of beans. You had like a bomb shelter full of beans. I'm
No,
trying
but
to keep up.
you're over here
You're
getting.
wearing a bean daddy hat, so I was like, man, if Justin's got 90 pounds of beans, I can get 15.
I like to buy my beans at a moderate pace.
Not me.
But
Bring them all.
you're over here. You have bean envy.
Yeah, I do. I do have bean envy. It's literally like I got to get on this. I got to get in this bean enterprise.
Big bean.
Yeah, big bean enterprise. But that company is really cool. Rancho Gordo. They seem like
Hmm.
I liked how they were packaged. Like everything came.
Yeah.
Really impressed. Like truly, like really, really impressed. I didn't soak these beans. I cooked them for like almost 4 hours, to be honest.
Wow.
Three, probably over 3 hours for sure.
Hmm.
And they're pretty sizable. I am going to soak them and try it that way and
Yeah.
see if there's like a different texture or something. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What else? Anything? You want to call it? You want to keep going?
I mean, we're pushing on 50 minutes here. We can just
Yeah,
go
we
for a
can
little
call
bit
it.
and call it a night. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Okay. We can go a little bit
whatever.
longer.
Yeah,
What
why
else you
not?
got?
We could squeeze out another little diddly bit of content.
Sure. All right.
I don't know what that is though. Um. Uh. Ooh. I know.
Okay.
I got one. So last week, um, Mandy, or no, it was not last week. It was like been like 2 weeks ago. Mandy and our friend Amy and I went to a Turkish grill restaurant in Oakland, and it's like legit Turkish food.
Is it
Like,
new?
I think it's been there for a while, but I've never
Uh,
heard of it. It's called Rumi, Rumi,
okay.
and holy shit, dude, it's like one of the best like Turkish like dishes that I've ever had, and I love Turkish food, Mediterranean food.
Mm-hmm.
Um, huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was fantastic. So it's not a huge restaurant, but um, like food is fantastic. We ended up getting like a mixed grill like platter that had um chicken kofta kebabs, lamb kebabs, um, lamb kofta,
Mm.
and then it came with a side of rice, and then also came with a side of these red pickled onions that have sumac on them, just like dusted,
Oh,
sprinkled on,
yeah.
and tossed on.
Love sumac.
Like, yeah, me too. And ever since I've had that, like, I've been putting sumac on like pickled onions all the time.
I'm gonna try that. I have
But
both. I have
yeah,
sumac and pickled onions. I'm gonna try it.
just sprinkle a little bit on there, and it's crazy. It adds like a brightness, fruitiness.
Yeah,
just
sumac is a
livens up.
weird,
Yeah,
crazy. It's a hard like um, it's a hard thing to describe, but it's really an interesting kind of flavor that nothing
yeah,
else is like it. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
good kind
So
of way to put it. But it's almost like a little bit bitter, like,
hmm
but it's also like you said, bright and
yeah,
kind of citrus like. I don't know.
yeah. It's weird, but I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here
Yeah,
for the
it's kind of
sumac.
floral. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got all these different characteristics. It's wonderful.
Well, I want to go
Um,
there next time we're in Pittsburgh. Can we go there?
yes, we can go there.
Okay.
Everything was great. Baba Ganoush is some of the best I've ever had. Um,
Ooh.
and yeah. Oh, and they also have these like Turkish style pizzas. They're called pidés, Pide, which looks like pizza where the edges were kind of folded up, so they form like a boat shape
Mm-hmm.
essentially. And they had a couple different flavors, but we opted to get this one where it was ground lamb, tomato, like peppers, onions, with just like a little bit of cheese on top. So good, like so good, insane.
That's awesome. I can't believe we like never discovered that sooner. Rumi.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that because it doesn't. The outside just looks like a generic restaurant. The outside
Mm.
doesn't look like anything great. And it's on a corner right across from
Mm.
a Dunkin' Donuts. So I'm sure like a lot of people walk past there all the time.
Of course. Oakland's a weird
Um,
place too. Like where
yeah.
like it's confusing. Like how what the campus what Pitt campus has done, and like it's like
hmm
new construction, but there's still like old stuff there, and then you're just like a bunch of rundown ass apartments. Like it's a weird sort of neighborhood to navigate.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Next time you come down, we'll go. I'll take you there.
All right, that sounds good. I like that. Rumi,
Roomy. But yeah.
I love it.
What else you got?
Um, what else? Well, I it was just his birthday, so my wife's birthday. Um, her family came up. I made um like my family's version of Italian wedding soup, which is a bit different than most wedding soups,
Hmm
and also made her a double layer chocolate cake with chocolate icing, like chocolate buttercream ice cream. It
Ooh.
was pretty good.
Ooh.
It's pretty
Did you
good.
use bot cake mix or did you make the cake?
I'd use like the fudgiest boxiest cake mix I could
Mm.
find, but then I'd made the a um, buttercream chocolate icing that was really really good. Um, yeah, and then the soup. Like I think most people think wedding soup. You think like mini meatballs, the either pastina or um, a small pasta and some sort of like green something or other. Not really how my family does it. We don't have the green. We don't put green stuff in our Italian wedding soup.
Hmm.
So how I make it, I usually have a whole chicken or whole chicken parts, big chunks of carrot, onion, celery, garlic, can of San Marzano tomatoes, and
hmm
I cook that broth. Pull the chicken, pull the chicken out and tear it apart, and then strain the broth off of the vegetables. Um, I'll re-add carrots and celery like fresh to cook a bit, so they're still crunchy and you still have that. Um,
hmm
and I'll bake small meatballs because everybody likes small meatballs, chicken, and this, and then a small, like a pastina or something, whatever you want to use. Um, but we also make like a soft crouton that we put in. So think of almost
Hmm.
like a French toast, like we mix egg and Parmesan and like pepper and take like an Italian bread um, and soak it in that eggy cheesy mixture, and then just like pan fry it. Then we cut it into chunks and we put that on like in the soup.
Dude, what?
Yeah,
Like that
pretty,
sounds
it's kind
like,
of addicting to be honest.
dude, that sounds so wild.
Yeah, so most
Like
people
I
don't actually put like the can of San Marzanos in the soup. Um, and the it's always about it's really about the freaking breadcrumb or the not the bread the cute like the soft croutons
yeah,
and
so
the meatballs
I'm like everything else sounds great, but like you got me at that something's up with that like
because
cheesy
that's what
crouton
soaks
thing that
up.
I yeah.
Yeah, and it like
Like
soaks up all that chicken broth.
like man, I don't know who came up with
Mhm.
that in your family, but they're a genius because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how the origins of that came about, and if there was, I don't know, trying to figure out but that happens. But yeah, my family's been doing it a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
good, man.
well, you need to make that when I come up there.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
you
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
Like
And it's like the only thing Jess's
yeah.
dad likes that I've ever made, so I make it every time. Yeah, I'll put like a
The
big herb
only thing.
bouquet in there too.
Oh yeah,
Cook
yeah,
that in.
nice.
Yeah, like thyme, whatever thyme. Uh,
Hmm.
you know, parsley, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
that's what that's a little nugget for you. Hot tip: soft croutons make soup better.
I'm gonna be obsessed with these soft croutons now.
They're good.
I'm gonna
They're
be
freaking
obsessed.
good, and they last. You just cut them up, put them in Tupperware, and eat them with the soup all week. You
Mm.
always have to make way more than you think you're going to need to.
Oh, of course, because you're gonna
Yeah.
snack on a few like while you're
Yeah.
making
Oh,
dinner.
totally. You're just like
Yeah.
plowing them while you're cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way like if there's a tray of like crispy bread that I'm not eating a few while I'm
Yeah.
cooking.
Yeah. It's like a croque monsieur kind of,
That's what I'm
thing.
like kind of getting that vibe of like, like kind
Yeah.
of squishy almost, but like cheesy.
Yeah. Yeah. A little
Like,
bit crunchy on
yeah.
the outside, soft on the inside. Yeah. hmm
Oh man.
hmm Yeah. It's good.
I want
It's
these
nice.
now.
It's a nice like soup to have with your other food.
Yeah. Well, that
So
sounds
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, man. Um I don't know. I'm glad we got together after our mid-season hiatus.
Yeah, me too. It's good to see your face as always.
Always good to see your face.
And yeah, I know life shit happens and, you know, things get delayed, but hopefully we can still keep doing this.
Of course, 100%. So, like, subscribe, give us comments, email us. But yeah, hit the like button. I guess that's the episode 5 in the books.
We're halfway to 10.
Hey,
As long
that's
as we
all
make it
anybody
to
can ask
10,
for.
like as long as we make it to 10, then if we decide to like close the book on this, I'd be happy.
We'll do at least 10
Yeah.
if it no matter what. I promise.
Yeah.
Um, oh man. All right, take it easy. Till next time.
Bye, Zach.
Bye.